Simon Kirke, obviously, from finally we can say it, Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, Bad Company. Yes.
Thank you, brother.
Long time coming, man. 26 years of eligibility with the first release officially came out in 74. So that means 25 years prior to 99. Yeah, what's the general consensus of the band? I mean, this is the first year that you've been on the nomination list and you're being inducted. Is it a good,
Yeah,
bad feeling? I know it's a great
um,
feeling, obviously, but
it's a good feeling. Ultimately, yeah, it's a good feeling after years of disappointment and not even making the nomination, because
right.
it's a two-step process: nomination and then induction.
Yeah.
My friend Nico McBrain from the Iron Maiden, they've been nominated 11 times.
It's just unbelievable. It's a travesty, really.
Yeah, it is, and they should really be. They're a great band.
Agreed.
So I don't know. I think it was a little bit political. I can't really go into any depth. I don't honestly 100% know. But we got the call last October
Mhm.
that we were going to be nominated. Oh, great, and then then in February we got the call. Don't tell anyone, but we got the call that we were in, and I'm glad on obviously many levels. I'm honored,
Mm.
but it was just before Mick Ralphs passed away.
Yeah.
And we were able to tell him that, we're in. And his first words were, "Does that mean we get free hot dogs?" Go figure.
Priorities, right? Got to have your
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
priorities in order. Wow,
So
man.
yeah, he died knowing that Bad Company had made it.
Bittersweet, most definitely.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it was three-quarters of the band that first went into that rehearsal 52 years ago this month.
Hmm.
Of course, you and Paul Rogers came from Free, Boz from King Crimson, and Mick from Mott the Hoople. And then you
Correct.
had Can't Get Enough right out of the gates.
Hmm.
And then a steady string of monstrous rock radio staples followed shortly thereafter. I got to ask you, that obviously gained the attention of a legendary powerhouse figure in Peter Grant.
Yeah.
Peter signed you guys to a management deal early on, and then of course you were on Zeppelin's Swan Song label. You
Hmm.
must have stories for days involving that figure.
Yeah. Well, I from the get-go, we sat around the table, me and Paul and Mick.
Mm,
Bob didn't come on board for a few months, and we said, "Well, look, after our last bands, Free and King Crimson and
mm,
Mott, we need a really, really good manager. Who's the biggest band in the world? Of course, it was Led Zeppelin.
sure.
And the weird thing was, our road manager for Free was a New Zealander who came over from New Zealand with a mate of his who was the road manager with Zeppelin. And he got Peter Grant's number, and Paul Rogers called him,
Mm.
and I was there on the call, and he said, "Peter, hi, we've got a new band together," and Peter said, "I know." We thought, "What? How the
What?
fuck do you know that?" He said, "Anyway, I want to come and see you." So we arranged to get together, and Peter drove a long, long way to the village hall where we were rehearsing and had been
Mm.
rehearsing for weeks. And he was very, very late. I mean, like hours late. And he finally walked in, and we said, "Oh, welcome. Thank you for coming, Peter. Sit down. I will play you the set." He said, "It's all right. I've already heard it." I said, "What?" He said, "Well,
What's going on here?
I've been sitting in the car park with my window down listening to you guys."
Ah,
He was clever because he knew we'd be a bit nervous. And he
okay.
said, "You sound absolutely amazing. By the way, me and the boys, Zeppelin, are
Mm.
setting up our own record company. Do you want to be on it?" And we thought for about 2 seconds. We said, "Yes, please."
Yes, the first signing to Swan Song. Wow, man.
Correct.
What a feather in your cap. I mean, seriously. You're spoken of in the hushed tones of reverence and put in the drummer circle of people like John Bonham, obviously,
Mhm.
Keith Moon. Who were some of your influences coming up? Because to us, you're one of the masters. You're at the beginning.
Well, I'd have to say Ringo.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of guys, even the prog rock drummers cite Ringo as
Mm,
a huge influence, because the
sure.
thing about Ringo was that he played what the song required. I mean, he couldn't do a 7 minute
Sure.
nine five times six. No,
To
that's not.
save his life. No, yeah.
No. He said I can manage 6/8. That's about it. And so he played what the song required, and he had a wonderful backbeat. In that genre, it would be Charlie Watts, because Charlie
Okay.
had one of the most wonderful backbeats.
Hmm.
And Keith Richards said years ago, he said, "There's no way I could ever replace. Where would I find another drummer like Charlie?"
Sure.
That was back in, in the 90s, and then of course
Yeah.
tragically passed away. And
Yeah.
Steve Jordan,
Yeah. He's doing a great job.
great job. I
I mean,
love
he's played with Keith on his in his solo band for years too. So they
correct.
had that together to begin with. Yeah.
The expensive winos.
You mentioned Ringo. You were in Ringo's All Star band for
Yes.
years, for a number of years.
I did 4 tours with Ringo, and the great thing about playing with him was obviously, to play alongside one of my idols, one of my influences,
Mhm.
was that he had this wonderful array of musicians. I got to play with Jack Bruce,
Wow.
Peter Frampton, Todd Rundgren, Eric Carmen, Mark
Yeah.
Rivera, Dave Edmonds. It was just a never-ending
Just a
parade.
revolving door of genius.
Oh, they were wonderful.
Yeah. Did it make you a better player in the process?
No question.
Yeah.
No question. Because the thing about Bad Company, we obviously we have to play the hits. People pay a lot of money to come in
Sure.
here, can't get enough shooting star, feel like making love.
Right.
With Ringo, it was a chance to play other people's songs. And Gary Brooker from Procol Harum. We just had to learn different styles of playing, and it was a real education, I have to say. Loved
Mm.
it.
That is awesome. Bad Company going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame finally on November. I think it's November 8th in LA.
That's right.
You're being inducted with. I want to know how you feel about good company, probably, right? Chubby Checker, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, The White Stripes, Soundgarden. To
Yeah.
me, Chris Cornell was a modern day musical genius, killer
He was,
vocalist,
he
yeah,
was a
songwriter.
great band.
Also,
Yeah.
Joe Cocker's going in.
He
You're
should have
in,
been in years ago.
of
And I'm
course,
glad. I don't know who's going to represent him, if it's some of his family or whatever, but
yeah.
Joe should have been in years ago. He was so good.
I mean, going back to Mad Dogs and Englishmen with Leon Russell. Leon
Ah,
finally
yeah.
got to get in, thanks to Elton. That was
Oh,
great.
I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, Elton kind of scooped it. Leon said himself, he's like, Elton John came and scooped me out of the ditch on the side of the road, and they did that the Union album
Correct.
together
Correct.
to
Yeah.
kind of give Leon the attention that he deserved from the beginning. I think.
Well, I didn't know, but Leon was in and out of the Wrecking Crew.
Yes,
That
the Muscle
wonderful,
Souls gig. Yeah,
yeah, that cadre of musicians in LA. And I see that Carol Kay, the bass player, is
right.
getting inducted in the musicians.
Musical
Uh,
Excellence Award.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And she's, she did the Sonny and Cher song, "The Beat Goes On," and it's just,
really.
yeah, it's just in G, the whole thing. And Hal Blaine, the drummer, they had a cigarette break in the car park.
Uh,
He said, how are we gonna, what the fuck are we gonna do with this? It's just G, 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 G.
sure.
She came up with a bomb, 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 bomb,
Oh
bomb.
wow.
She came up with that riff and saved the song. She
The
was a,
mark of a brilliant musician.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad
I,
she's in.
I saw you guys. I mean, you were the only continuous member of Bad Company since the beginning. There was a
Mm.
break there in the early '80s. You cranked it back up for a while. I saw you in 2016 in Minnesota with the Winery Dogs opening.
Oh
Do
yeah.
you remember that show?
No.
Okay, the Winery Dogs has Richie Kotz and Billy Sheehan, amazing bass
Oh,
player,
great bass.
and Mike Portnoy, and I was front row for that show. And man,
The drummer, Mike Portnoy?
yeah,
Oh, he's wonderful.
he's amazing. He's back in Dream Theater, the band that put him on the map back in
Good. He's an
91,
incredible drummer.
92.
Incredible.
Yeah, that was a great show, and I'm so glad to
We
see.
probably arrived, as they were coming off. I would have remembered
Right,
Sheehan and Mike Portnoy because
yeah,
they are great, great
pretty
players.
amazing. Do you listen to any newer music these days? I mean, if so, what gets you going?
Not
Not
really.
real. Me
No,
neither.
no. We got that ogre of AI, and
Yeah, yeah.
no, it's that's no excuse. I like there's an Italian band, Mansplain or Minsplain, or they're
Oh, okay. I haven't heard of
fantastic.
it.
Oh, they have a girl bass player. They're great looking, all four of them, and
Right.
they've taken hard rock and kind of morphed it into this new age. I might have it wrong. Someone will tell me it's something Splain, maybe,
Okay.
or but check them out. They are fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Great tip. Thank you.
yeah. And other than that, no, not really.
Yeah. Well, speaking of new stuff, right out of the gate, you were telling me about this new project that you've got going on.
Right, yeah.
What's
Uh,
going on with
me
this?
and me and two other guys, Woody Geisman and Tony Viveros, we're all in recovery. I make no secret of the fact that I'm an alcoholic and
Hmm.
addict in recovery, and the other two guys are in recovery too, and we've written this rock opera about addiction, about a couple who are, enmeshed in
Okay.
addiction, and we've written, gosh, 15 or 16 songs. We got the script nearly finished, and we had a fundraiser last night, to get some money together to get this thing off the ground,
Hmm.
which is why I'm a little hoarse,
Okay.
singing and. It's just a great night, but that's what's been occupying me for the last 3 years, really.
Wow. Well, when do we get to see the fruits of your labor with
We'll
this?
see. We've got to get a bit more money. We have to get
Okay.
a script writer and get rehearsals going. I think once it's up and running, once we have all the elements together, it'll be, or rather, won't be too long before we hit the stage.
That's
Probably
awesome.
about, I would say, in the next 6 to 9 months.
Killer.
Yeah,
Something to look forward to.
yeah.
Simon Kirke of Bad Company, you guys are obviously the marquee name on the Class of 25 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions. There's always the big jam at the end. Uh, do you know what's planned for that, or what is going to be your involvement in this?
Everyone asks me.
Of course.
What's that saying? I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. Um, I honestly don't know.
Okay.
The pendulum is swinging one way and then the next. I really don't know if we will. I
Okay.
sincerely hope we can. And that's really all I can say about
I honestly don't see Paul Rogers on stage doing the twist with Chubby Checker. I can definitely
it.
put that
I
out
don't
there.
see Chubby Checker on the stage doing twists with Chubby Checker.
Good point.
Uh,
Well, congratulations on all your success, Simon.
Thank you,
And to
brother.
finally, we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for decades, being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, November 8th. You can see it on Disney Plus, streaming live from LA. Bad Company, finally going in. Congratulations.